And we have a student on the phone now. Alexandra Robinson is joining us. Alexandra, thank you for taking the time. We are glad you are okay. Tell us where you are now and what you saw and heard.
I'm at home right now, but what happened to me personally was that I was in my astronomy class looking at sunspots on the sun my teacher was showing us. And then when we were finished, she said, "You can go back inside." And as I was going back inside, I heard the fire alarm, which I thought was weird because we already had a drill in the morning. But nonetheless, I went inside, grabbed my books, and then it stopped. So I was a little confused. But then one of our principals came on the intercom and said, "Please evacuate the building." So I kind of knew it was like a real thing, but I was just assuming it was a fire. So we were all walking out, not running. And then all of a sudden, I heard two pops. And that was when I kind of understood what was happening. So I just went, me and my friends, I met up with one of my friends. I saw her. So we were just running for our lives. And then at one point, we stopped, and the security guard rolled up next to us, and he was like, "Keep running, go." So that's when I knew this was like a real serious thing.
Yeah, about what time was that? How long did it take you to get out of the school?
I had to run all the way to the Walmart that's near our school. That took me like a total of 10 minutes to get there. But actually getting out of the school, it's a big school, probably took me about 5 minutes running.
Right. And you say you heard two pops?
Yes. And I don't know how close or how far they were. I wasn't able to gauge it, but it definitely wasn't that far. But I heard two pops, and that's when I started running. I've heard a lot of different stories from different people about like what's happening, like who's been hurt and stuff. So I don't know.
What have you been able to glean from your friends and others who were in the school, from text messages, from phone calls, about what else might have happened? How many people might have been hurt? Anyone you know?
I know that one of my good friends is still in the school, so I've been texting her, trying to keep updated with what's going on. But I've heard that 5 people were shot, and there's 20 victims, but I'm not exactly sure of the specifics, but I heard there's like videos surfacing of people on the floor lying dead.
And what is your friend telling you about what's happening in the school right now? What have you been able to find out?
I heard that he's in the freshman building of our school, and I know that my friend is pretty far from that, so that's good. But
you mean you've heard that the shooter is in the freshman building of the school?
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I don't know for certainty.
Try to give us a sense of how big the school is. You say the freshman building. How many buildings are in this high school?
Well, our buildings have different numbers, so there's a total of, I would say, like 10 buildings. It's like the size of a small university.
So it's a very large school, several thousand students. You believe, you've been told at least, that the shooter was in the freshman building. Have you had any information about whether the shooter is still alive, whether there are others in the building with him right now, any hostages, anything like that?
I don't know for a fact about any of those things, but I'm assuming that he has hostages if he's in the freshman building. That means they know where he is, so he probably is holding people. I heard that one of my favorite teachers was actually involved. I think she's okay, but I heard that she was helping a student, and they saw her walking out with blood on her leg. I don't know. I know there was definitely blood, though. I know that for a fact.
There was blood. You're home right now. As far as you know, that one friend is the only friend you're in contact with inside the school right now?
But there's actually a few friends that I know for a fact that are still in the school, but the one I'm texting right now, that's the only one I'm texting who's currently inside the school. And
have you heard from anyone inside that freshman building where the shooter is said to be?
No, I haven't, but I was about to text one of my friends that I think has a class in there right now, or supposed to.
Well, Alexandra, thank you. We're glad you're okay. Why don't you do that? Why don't you text your friend, and we'll try and stay in touch with you. If you have any more information, we'll come back to you.